Welcome to Sunfire Designs. Today I'm going to do an atomic pour in a new mold that I made. It is a rose mold, and you can see it's got roses on the sides. I've been working on this one for a long time, weeks, because I bought a mold with little roses, and I had to make a bunch of little roses so I could put it around on the inside. And then it took me a couple times to see what arrangements I wanted to have, and this is not exactly how I eventually want to have it, but I wanted to give it a try to see how it looked, to see if I should even continue. So that's what this is today. I do have a separate video showing how I made the mold, and that may or may not be released depending on how this turns out. So hopefully I will probably share it. It just may need some tweaks. So anyway, this is an atomic flower. This mold holds like 240 mils, and I only made 200 mils because I want to make sure that that I'm not using too much resin for something that, you know, may or may not turn out. And 200 mils is kind of what my recipe's for, and I didn't want to readjust it. And plus, you never know. Once I did add that layer of silicone on the bottom to kind of even it out, so I wanted to make sure that the amount is also correct. So I'm gonna do a pink rose. Yellow roses are my favorite, but I figured I would do pink. So this right here is my base pink color. It is 50 mils, and I have 6 drops of muted pink, which is really, 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 really muted. You can barely see that it's there. I mean, even with what I've got here, you can barely see it on the stick. I also added 1 drop of quinacridone magenta. So it's pink, but it's not super pink. So this should be probably a pretty light flower. So I'm gonna put that in here. That's 50 mils. Okay. All right. Next, I've got, this is 20 mils of Prism Violet that I'm going to use. And I'm going to show you the rest. This is 15 mils of Estoyo Magic Red, which is like an interference red. And then I have 40 mils of Let's Resin Ocean White, 2 drops for my white, and then the rest is my clear push. So, got that going. Get myself organized here. All right, so I'm gonna do my drops of purple. This has a smaller, it's the base of the mold, but it's the top of the coaster is smaller than most of my other coasters, just because of the way I made it. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes out. It's also deeper than my other molds. I think this is over 1 inch deep. Now I'm not filling it up all the way, but it's a deep mold. So that's probably going to make a difference. I don't know if being this much deeper is going to do anything different or what, but we're going to find out. Then I'll know if it's worth making deeper molds or if I should continue to go more shallow. I actually made a more shallow version of this, which I'm still trying to see. I like it, but because it was the first time I did it, my rose placement was not straight. So, and I'm being a perfectionist somewhat, and so I redid it. And now we'll find out if I like this one better or if I'm going to go back and redo the other way. That's usually when I do something, it takes me weeks of a mold making, of doing it, redoing it, adjusting it, tweaking it, you know, making examples, making, you know, different versions of the mold before I am happy with what I've got. So do know that it's a process, and if you're doing it, it's not going to happen overnight, and it's okay. You should be happy with what you make. I should take my own advice. I am happy with what I make, but I kind of feel like there's always a little bit of room for improvement, for me anyway, because I'm a little obsessive about it. Okay, almost done. I don't have many spaces to put drops anymore. We'll just add it to the center. And that right there. I always start off with a smaller drop and then it ends up getting bigger as I go around. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. All right, I'm gonna torch this just so I can see a little bit better. All right, now I'm gonna do the magic red. And I'm just gonna go over the purple with the magic red. Does not have to be perfect. It's gonna spread around anyway. But for some reason, the pattern of pouring it like this in the dots, I don't know, it makes it different. It makes, you get those like puffy petals in the center, at least when you use the deep mold. So it's pretty cool. I like the way it looks in the shallow mold too, but in the deep mold, it makes those gorgeous petals. Add a little more here. That was what stuck out to me the most with the first time I did it, was the beautiful puffy petals in the center. Okay. Don't mind me, I'm just going around and around. It's relatively quiet in my house today. I think my son's asleep. He stayed out late last night and then had to go to work in the morning. You know, as you do when you're super young and you can get away with doing that. I know I could when I was younger too. Now, if I don't get enough sleep, my body's like, good night. And I just can't stay awake any longer. But, you know, you should do it while you're young, I suppose, when you have the ability to. Okay, I'm just going to go over and go back over some of these spots and add a little bit more to them so I can use this all up. It looks really pretty. It's the interference red, or the magic red, but it's got like a pinky hue to it, especially when it goes in the pink and with the violet. It's super pretty. Okay. All right, now it's time for the atomic part. I am going to use these the opal looking stones. I got them from Michael's. They're in the vase section. So like with the vase fillers, they have a bunch of cool stuff over there. They have pebbles and little acrylic things. Really cool. All right, here we go. I feel like the more I do this, the better at it I'm getting. I would hope so, I guess. Practice makes perfect, yeah? And you don't have to go over the same lines each time. As you can see, they're overlapping, but they're not exactly in the same spot, every single one. I feel like this has gotten easier for me. Definitely. There we go. All right. That did pretty good. I like how it starts to like almost bloom out and it looks so pretty. All right, here we go. I'm gonna pour my push in here. You can see it definitely does not fill this up all the way, but that's okay. I think it's going to be the exact right amount. Okay, and these are pretty. They have like a purpley pink like glow to them. So I think they're perfect. All right. I cannot see where they went, so I'm hoping they ended up in the center. That's the thing about this, because it is deep but less wide, the diameter's less, it just, everything just went into the center really fast. So hopefully that is in the center and that this does beautiful things. I think it looks pretty already. Like with the purple, the violet, and then the red and the pink. I think this is going to be really pretty. All right, well, I'm going to let it cure. I'm not going to do a video of it closing up or anything because it's already closed up, so we're good. Anyway, all right, I will see you in the morning when it's time to unmold, and we'll see what we get. Okay, it's time. I'm super excited. I hope this worked out, this mold. Okay, here we go. Ready? Oh, wow. I'm gonna need to trim it up a little, obviously, but so cool. What do you think? What do you think? And then look in here with the puffy petals and these big, long petals here. This is not as big, you know, space-wise as the other one. And this is more of a gentle slope, but I think I kind of love it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, please. Thank you so much for being here, and have a wonderful day. Bye.